It is 17:30 UTC on January the 25th, Tuesday. Hello, Far. I see you waving. We'll get started here just in a minute as we send out invites, get everybody into this room, and we will get started. Mark it down, but I don't believe, even though the floor price of NFTs may be down, I think the hype behind NFTs is as high as ever. So we want to discuss a lot of different things that have to do with the NFT space today. All right, so as you are filing into here, if you'll hit that button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, tweet out the room, let everybody know that you are in here, and we will get started as everybody kind of files in. Christine, how are you doing? I noticed you don't have, we're going to talk about it today, but you don't have a Twitter PFP. You don't have a NFT PFP.
Yes, I just tweeted at the room, so I'm glad that I got back into the room to freaking be able to unmute my mic. I didn't because you remember when I got hacked, right, on Twitter twice?
Yes.
Okay, so that was twice. So then my discouraging thing about this whole thing is like, do I really want to connect my wallet to Twitter when I got hacked twice on Twitter, and it was such a headache to get my account back 2 times. Like, they were even like, oh, you just have to make a new account now because we can't help you. Like, it got that bad. So now I'm like, okay, so you guys are easily hackable. It's just really, I feel unsafe connecting my wallet to Twitter.
Yeah, I got it. And I haven't even looked at it. I'm going to look at your profile now. Do you even have, no, you don't. Oh yeah, you do. You do have tipping enabled. So you've got some kind of connection to it.
Yeah, to my Venmo.
Oh,
but my Venmo has nothing anyways, so it's like whatever. But for our NFTs, like imagine you connecting your crypto wallet, and I know you're crypto millionaire, so like imagine connecting that to your Voice of DeFi Twitter account. Like, would you feel comfortable?
No, and that's kind of what I want to get into today. So let's say I have a Bored Ape, right? I'm just, we're in fantasy land now. So let's say I have a Bored Ape and I want it as my PFP, but I also want my privacy, to be adhered to. But I'm putting out what my Bored Ape looks like. It's got certain features, it's got characteristics. People could look through and find my Bored Ape through the list on OpenSea or whatever NFT I choose. And then they'd be able to say, well, who owns this? And they'd be able to find my wallet address through this. Now, that may not be as big of a deal. I mean, maybe it is. Christine, you have the christinebarnum.eth address already as your name. So you may just say, okay, cat's out of the bag of what my wallet is. But, for anybody that's trying to like keep under wraps what wallet is their wallet. Now, granted, many people have many, many wallets. But if you have, to me, before I ever do this, before I ever put an NFT as my profile pic, I'll probably, I have a voiceofdefi.eth wallet address, and I'll probably somehow get an, unlinkable to my main wallet's NFT on that account, then try to link it up, because I just don't want my main account linked up to my PFP. Not necessarily for the reason that you gave of hacking, although maybe I should think about that more. It's just more for privacy. I don't want people to be like, oh, he owns this and he owns this and he just sold this. Oh my gosh, why is that going on? So yeah, I've got a few different reasons, and I should probably consider your reason as well for just hacking in. Let's see, Scroop, you got your hand up. What's up?
I'll say this as politely as possible. No one cares, dude.
That's true.
Literally, like, let's be honest. We're not Steph Curry's. We're not like Post Malone's or nothing. Nobody fucking cares.
I think this gets into probably whenever I have a pimple on my face or something, and I start thinking to myself, do I even look up from the ground, much less into somebody's face?
Everybody's looking at me.
Right. So yeah, you're probably correct. You're probably correct in that nobody cares and nobody But I can say just from my own interest, I have, dealt with other people, found their wallet address, looked on, ETHScan, BSC scan, whatever, EtherScan, BSC scan, whatever, and be like, oh, cool, they own this much Shiba or they own this much whatever. And so I could say just my own curiosity. I've looked, and I know other people looked, but in the end, you're right. I never judged. I didn't really. I mean, I couldn't even tell you who I looked into at this point. Some people care, but they probably don't care enough to even form an opinion afterwards. So your point is taken, because I think we all sometimes think we're the main character.
Definitely, and
But
I mean that lightheartedly,
I get it.
Trying to make it simple, but I think, like you said, we all get in this oh man, who's watching me? Who's doing what? Am I having?
You're watching. Scrupula is always watching.
Shit, Christine.
Always. It's like one of those horror movies where you look in the mirror and then you turn on the light and Screw's behind you. Yeah.
God.
Anything you do on the blockchain, Scrupula is watching.
He knows. That's right. But yeah, I mean, he's right. People probably just don't care. But for those that do, that might be one deterrent from them putting up the NFT as their profile picture. So Scroop, you've got, let's see, I'm going to go into your, supposedly on the Twitter PFPs, it puts it in a hexagon shape, which I haven't looked, but you've actually got, an 8 Kids Club as your PFP already. So you could easily make this switch.
Dre's is a hexagon. You just can't tell because it's so dark, like the background. But Dre did the hexagon.
Yeah, I have it. Let's see. I'll switch my PFP so you can see it a little better.
Yeah, I do, because I'm in yours. But yeah, you're right, because I can't see it.
Yeah, Dre, every time you're talking like on chats, it just looks like a black hexagon because it's so dark.
That's okay. All right, let me see. What do I put?
Put AKC or your back.
Put my monkey.
For me, unless it's like a massive, like a bake, I really still don't see the point yet of being Twitter verified for your PFP, for your NFT.
Yeah,
it's just kind of the flex. That's all it is. I mean, why do we buy NFTs? The flex. Why? If you bought a Bored Ape, you're flexing it, right? Like, that's the only thing.
That's what I mean. I don't need to flex my AKC. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I love the project, but it's not a Bored Ape. If I had a Bored Ape, I would flex it. And that's what I mean. Like, other than a Bored Ape, what's the point of having these hexagons? I don't want my personal information out there.
Well, I think like Dre, right? He has the Hape. Like these high value ones. Yeah, it's not Bored Ape value or Mutant Ape, but it's still high valued. I could see why they'd want to do it and be like, I do own that, and it is kind of a flex. But what's crazy? A few people have already started acting different, having these hexagons and stuff, because they're I guess their flexes are, and I'm like, I'd hate to see how you guys act with a check mark.
Oh god, yeah. That's the next step, right?
Seriously.
No, yeah, it definitely. It brings a verification that you do actually own it. Because one thing I do like it for is for the Bored Ape guys, because a lot of people copy their stuff. They make fake Twitters, boost up the likes, and then they run these fake rug pull projects. If all the Bored Ape dudes got on board with it and they all had the freaking hexagon, then these people could stop getting scammed by these fake Bored Apes all over Twitter.
But what would stop me from doing the old right click and save, what everyone accuses NFTs as being, putting that saved image on the blockchain, right, as an NFT, and then I could link it to my PFP, and all of a sudden I would have a hexagon with a Bored Ape, and there's nothing that says this is the actual Bored Ape, right?
No, there is.
Oh, yeah, there is.
If you click on my picture,
okay,
and you swipe up, like if you go into my profile, and then you actually click on my picture and swipe up, it has all the details of that NFT, where the collection is, the creator, the description.
I see it. That's great. That's great. I've always been concerned that whenever they were talking about doing this, I thought, but anybody could, spoof that. But that's great. That looks like they found a good solution to that.
Yeah. So that's where also there's, Scroop, nobody is taking your personal info. I mean, there's technically, unless you put your personal info on Twitter or on your OpenSea account or on your MetaMask or something like that, there's no way for them to get your personal info.
No, not personal info, but you are you are anonymized on the blockchain, right? You're just a sequence of letters and numbers until somebody can then say, okay, Christine Barnum owns this address, and then all of a sudden you do lose one layer of anonymity by
But she's already verified, so I mean, people who people know she's somewhat type of. I could probably Google her name and figure out where she is, or who she is.
Creepy.
I mean, that's part of being the celebrity lifestyle. Christine's a celeb in here.
She is. She is. Yeah, but coming with, I mean, I bet even though she's had good success with the, she's got her check mark, she's got a great following, that sort of thing. Just like any celebrity, or name your Hollywood star, they'd probably like to be able to have some freedoms that Joe Blow has that that a celebrity doesn't. And so, yeah, one of those may be privacy for your wallet address. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Scroop said it best: no one cares, and that 99.9% of the case is true.
I think it's more the guys that have the thousands of NFTs and wallets worth millions of dollars. Like they want or I don't know the word for it, the anonymity. I'm pretty sure I've heard that, but they don't want that to be tracked in their transactions and all that stuff. But then it's easy. You transfer it to another wallet, which most of these guys who have Bored Apes and things like that, they already have it in separate wallets. I have like 5 wallets myself. You just transfer it to one wallet, verify it, you're good to go.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, since you were, I think most savvy users of just blockchain in general roll with a few different wallets already, more than just like one main, or maybe they have one main one and then several. So you're rolling with 5. Anybody else roll on the regular with more than that?
No, I just have 4.
Yeah. As long as you have a couple different ones, especially for mints, a little alpha here. If you guys are doing mints, and you have a cap on how many you can mint, then you just break down your funds into 3, 4, 5 different wallets, and then mint, and now you end up with 15. Just
when you guys have different wallets for like MetaMask or whatever, is it like when you create a different account within that wallet?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had to have like different phones.
No. Like I have like 3, 4. I have 4 different ones right here on my MetaMask on my computer, and then I now have 2 different actual MetaMask wallets. So I probably have more than 5 now. But I only use these main 4, and I keep like a little bit of funds in each one when I want to mint from them.
Dang it! I need to do this. I'm just being so lazy about it.
Because you know how like Anonymous, he's like, oh yeah, I have 30 of these, whatever monkeys. If he minted them and there's a cap, like you can only mint 5. Then you can only mint 5 with that wallet. So what you do is you just switch over to the next wallet and then keep minting, and then switch to the next wallet and then keep minting, and that's how these guys end up with 30, 40, 50 of a project.
Yeah, and that's for the most part allowed and untraceable, and I mean it's anonymized, or call it decentralized, whatever you want to say, really easily.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you put up here in the nest, Christine?
Oh, I'm putting up NFTs that we bought this week.
Oh, good.
Hey, these monkeys are going crazy.
It's 0.95 now.
Is it? Damn.
What was the mint price?
I don't even know. We just swooped them off the floor.
Oh, you just got them off the floor. Okay.
Yeah, they told us at like 0.1. It was like 0.1. I got mine. I got a rarity like 800 for 0.2, and then another one I think I got for like 0.15 or 0.2, something like. Both of mine are at 0.2. Yeah, so
the floor's 0.9 now.
Yeah.
0.95.
0.95. Yeah.
Hitting that 1 mark, man. So yeah, NFTs, I think the profile pic thing for Twitter is great. I also saw an article today that said YouTube is looking to do the same thing. So I think a lot of social media, companies are going to look to integrate the NFT space into what they do already. And it's pretty easy. I mean,
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are supposed to be doing the same.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Instagram, I think there was like an email or something saying that.
Mm-hmm.
So TRADERVERSE, Serum, if you're listening, we're going to need some NFT integration into TRADERVERSE, because that's a thing now for sure. And all the more, YouTube is not a trading centric platform. Twitter is not a trading centric platform. TRADERVERSE is. It's got all the reasons for having it. So
there you go.
Yeah. Figure that out, Sarah. I have no clue how to do that on the back end, but
make it a diamond instead of a hexagon. I don't know.
Yeah, right. There you go. Right. Squiggly lines around the side instead of just right. Yeah, it's something different. And then Christine, you offline I had talked about Paris Hilton and how she helped out the space a little bit. Do you want to kind of discuss that, of what she did on national TV?
Yeah. So she went on to Fallon yesterday. We're all thinking she was going to talk about the nudies, because she's been in conversation with them, and pretty involved with the nudies community as far as she likes the community, or she likes the Lachey, and we had them on last week. And she didn't talk about the nudies, but the nudies floor did go up. What is it at, guys? 0.2?
I think so. I think it was last time I see it was like an 8.
0.18. And she did not talk about the nudies, but that's okay because, you know, she tweeted the nudies out, and that's a really big deal anyways. Paris Hilton seems to be taking or trying to take NFTs more mainstream with her platform, or use her platform to get it more mainstream. She talked about NFTs on the Fallon show, and she gifted everyone in the audience an NFT of her project. So even though you may not care, like if we don't care about Paris Hilton's project, that's still pretty cool that she gave everyone an NFT, because all those people most likely didn't have an NFT, and now they're gonna get a wallet so they could claim that
Yeah.
NFT. So that's really, really cool. And then to talk about it on the Jimmy Fallon show, that's freaking awesome too.
I
And
think that's big to talk about.
yeah, it's
Because
huge.
how many, percentage wise, how many people that watch Fallon, what percentage of people that watch Fallon actually own an NFT? And I bet it's pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good audience for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just now people are seeing it more mainstream NFTs, and I mean, I get it. They talk about board apes because board apes are that's what you talk about. Like, you know, if you say, "Hey, have you heard of NFTs?" What do they say? Oh, you mean those board monkey things? You know, like, board apes is the topic of NFTs. So, or you know, at least for now. And the good thing is, you know, Kevin Hart just bought one. I mean, a lot of Serena Williams just bought one. The more mainstream that it gets, and that, I mean, unfortunately, it is that the celebrities are going to be the ones to introduce it to the masses. So we need that celebrity endorsements of people, of them even taking themselves. Like, I seen a meme yesterday, and people were making fun of Odell Beckham because he took his salary this year in Bitcoin, and they're like, oh, ha ha ha, he got 750,000 in Bitcoin, and he's gonna get taxed on it 50%, and he's only gonna make 450,000, and then Bitcoin's down to 36K. So he basically played this whole season for like 200K. I said, first off, Odell Beckham, 750K is probably nothing for him.
Oh,
he's just, you know, he's just doing it for the statement of, I'm just gonna take my, you know, pay in Bitcoin, and whoever told him to do that, whether it was some celebrity or endorsement or something, they're gonna make sure that he's paid. He's just doing it on the front end so that people see the adoption in the general masses, right? And he's
well,
not
I
going to
like him too. And you kind of alluded to this. His salary is just part of what he makes. He's got endorsements.
Yeah.
Now he's in LA, so I'm sure endorsements are coming in hot and fast for him. It's 750. It's just the play money. It's you know, not risking more than you're willing to lose, sort of a thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And everybody knows too is that they know that before the fact they say there's volatility in the market. So if you get this at the peak, which was 64K, we all know that eventually market's going to go down, you know. So they know that. They're just doing it so that people see the mass adoption and accept it, you know, more and more, but people just love to talk mess.
Yeah, whenever the market's up, I think, you know, celebrities are just people. They're just like us, and many of them are just getting into the space as you know, first time to ever even hold a wallet. And because of this, I hope that what you said, they know that the market goes down. As soon as you said that, I thought, do they? Do they understand that? We understand that. We've been in markets. We've seen crashes.
Oh yeah.
We've
Odell's one of my Dan Rue's my best friend. He's Dan Rue's best friend, and they talk about crypto all the time. So Odell's actually very versed in cryptos.
So Odell may, but you know, that doesn't
But
mean
not other people. Yeah.
yeah, and maybe those that get paid in Bitcoin, like I know Tom Brady, he's big into Bitcoin. Another guy for the used to be the Seahawks, Russell Okung, he used to get paid in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those guys that choose to get paid in crypto, they probably have a greater understanding than those that are just getting into NFTs, that sort of thing, starting to figure it out. Like, what'd you say? Kevin Hart just bought one, Bored Ape.
And all those guys have financial advisors, you know, like they for sure have financial advisors behind them, you know, telling them if this is a smart move or not, or whatever to do with their money for sure. But like you said, the new people getting into the space, I mean, I hope nobody's taking their paycheck by Bitcoin right now.
That goes with, let's just go with Kevin Hart. How do you think that happens? Does he first go to his financial person, B, his, you know, kind of marketing arm, and say, I want a Bored Ape? Is this a good move? Do you think it originates from him, or do the marketing say, hey, this would be good for your brand, this is probably good for you financially? Where does it originate from?
I believe that was actually put together. He was by MoonPay. Yeah, the deal
Okay.
was facilitated by MoonPay, right? So they probably approached him and said, "Hey, you know, like I'm sure it was a conjunctual thing, you know, like he probably got told about it by someone, and he did the same thing. Man, what are those? I don't know what those are. You know, da 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 da." And then people started to educate him because him and Dave Chappelle are really close, and Dave Chappelle has a Bored Ape.
Right.
And so I'm sure that conversation probably could have came across the table. And eventually, once you start hearing about it enough, people are like, okay, well, what is this? Let me look into it. And then you figure out how to go about, you know, getting one.
Because I had thought that same thing with Eminem. Somebody had tweeted out their, maybe that's what you were going to say, Christine, is they had tweeted out that picture that kind of looks like Eminem. And they had said like, hey, I'm holding off till Eminem buys this. And he did like 48 hours later. So I'm thinking that tweet started the conversation.
Well, it wasn't 40 hours later. It was like 6 months later.
Yeah, it was a while. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah, it was a long time. And speaking on Eminem and this whole thing, the Super Bowl halftime show is going to provide an insane amount of credibility for the NFT space with Snoop and Dre and
Pepsi.
Eminem all showing their Bored Apes.
Yep.
And Pepsi said something with their mics also because they're the sponsor for the.
And Timbaland's a Bored Ape holder too, and he's had spaces talking about Bored Ape. And then who else? Paris Hilton just bought one because MoonPay just tweeted it out, and then she retweeted it. So MoonPay onboards a lot of celebrities to Bored Ape.
Well, I don't think they onboard them. I think they're the facilitator to make sure the transactions go through legitly. I personally think that these artists get interested in it, and then they talk to the financial advisors and whoever's holding their accounts to see if they can get in, and then utilize MoonPay to get in. Yeah.
Crazy. MoonPay is just like MetaMask, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's just a wallet. That's all MoonPay is. It's just a
no. It's a
wallet swap
facilitator.
feature.
It's like Simplex.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's like a I don't know, like
I know what's his name? The one.
Post Malone.
No, really. Post Malone. Don't say another one. What's his name? DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, he bought his on MoonPay also, and Post Malone did his on the music video live. He bought his.
Oh, Travis Barker too.
So MoonPay just seems to be that mediator for the celebrities and Bored Apes.
Well, you also got to remember, so MoonPay is what allows people to pay through their credit card or their ATM, etc. And if these guys want to get in on the space and they want to buy a Bored Ape and they got to fork over $300,000, their bank or whatnot might put restrictions, etc. So MoonPay would have to facilitate that to make sure that the funds are credible, etc., in order to go buy those NFTs for them.
So I should use MoonPay.
Yeah.
But yes, you should.
It's still going to trigger like what you didn't want, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because MoonPay talks to your bank. Like, I use MoonPay all the time, and they're constantly talking to Bank of America for me. Like, oh, yeah, it's fine. She's doing another transaction. And every time America's like, no, this is fraud. I'm like, no, it's not. Oh, my God. How many times are you going to block me from living my life?
You hope that as these celebrities buying NFTs, or it just gets more into popular culture, that even banks will start like understanding the game a little bit more. Because right now, not even right now, let's say last year or 2 years ago, the idea of what you're doing, Christine, would have been just bonkers to them. But now at least they hear the word NFT every now and then on Fallon or something like that may make acceptance go higher. So, there's two ways to think about this. We've got everybody's like, oh, the NFT market is down because they're looking at the floor prices. But really, as far as hype and as far as acceptance and just people knowing about it, we're probably at an all-time high if you can chart acceptance.
Yep. And Voice of DeFi would like to let you know that since you were missing for a while because you were at Walt Disney World, we want to show you that we got these cool monks, right, that ran up. It's on our PFP right now. Scroop has one too, I think. But these we got at 0.1 or whatever, 0.18, and then now it's almost 1 ETH. And then our next purchase we just made yesterday is the Ape MFers, and it's still pretty cheap. It's 0.05 floor. So if you want to get that, please do.
Need to look into that. Yeah. So I hang out with Mickey Mouse and what's his name, Darth Maul, and all those guys for a week. And, you guys get some awesome projects, but there will be more awesome projects.
Yes.
There always are some coming up, but These look really good. You're right. That's an amazing jump that you had. You said you got it for 0.1 and it's now at what?
0.95.
Wow. Wow. Y'all
Yeah.
had a heck of a week, man.
Right. And then
I was on the mountain trying to buy these.
he was like, "You guys, can you grab it for me? Like, you guys." But so the ones that we just bought yesterday, that's a pretty low price, 0.05 ETH, especially with ETH low right now.
Yeah.
And the guy that gave us that alpha is the same one that gave us the Cool Monks alpha. So
Interesting. Is he in here or?
no, it's NFT anonymous.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, you guys, I bought these." And now we're like very trusting because we got these Cool Monks at such a low entry. And then so he got a bunch of these. So we're like, "Yep, getting it." So I bought 3 yesterday. And then Dre, you have one?
Yeah, I have one. I might grab another one right now. I'm looking at them.
The activity on it is pretty good.
I know. That's why I'm like, man. But I think it's all these people are just listing it because they don't know what we know.
Exactly. And then you know what it is? The unique holders for what is it for 10,000 of them? It's like
Oh yeah, it's 3.
yeah. So I think they're just like tossing them out. But as soon as the unique holders go up, I think it should be good. But what do they have coming? So we could tell everyone and Voice of DeFi too. It's they have a voxel drop that they're going to airdrop everybody. They have they're making a game Among Us, or it's like Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else do they have? They have like a bunch of things coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming, and supposedly some cool people behind the project. So it could be a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
And this is all cool. Is it cool monkeys or cool monks?
Oh, this one we're talking about is the Ape MFers, no?
Yeah, the one we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, is okay.
Yeah, so the Ape MFers, that's the one that's 0.05 ETH floor still, so it's good to get in early.
Oh yeah, I will. See, here's the thing that you guys do that I cannot do. You guys multitask. I hear Dre do it. He just now said, "Oh, I'm looking to buy one right now." Call it ADD or something, but I can do a task really well. But that's the task you're going to get out of me. How you guys are able to talk and you don't sound like you're distracted either.
Yeah, my brain is like on 5 different things at once. I don't know how.
That's absolutely amazing, and I'm jealous of it because I could kind of do it, but if I did, y'all would be like, if I'd have pause. Yes, yeah, really awkward pause. It'd be obvious that I'm not listening, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's best that I don't.
On a side note, while all this was going on as well, I went ahead and I partook in the raffle for the Ape Kids Football Club that just got launched right now. So
raffle, hold on.
Yeah, the raffle. So for those that don't know, in order to get into the Ape Kids Football Club, you got to hold an Ape Kid or you got to partake in the raffle. The odds are really freaking low, but basically you go to the website, go to the apekidsclub.io, go to the raffle, connect your wallet, and that's it. Then just connect it, come back later to see if you won.
I need it.
What's that?
We need it in our wallet.
You don't need anything in it. You just need to connect it. So that way it's registered in the raffle list.
Okay. Because some of them, they're like, you don't qualify if you don't have 2,000.
Yeah, I know, right?
In your wallet.
You are poor.
Literally.
Exclusion criteria. Poor.
Yeah, serious.
I put it up on the chat what Scrupula is talking about.
Yeah, everyone, well, not everyone, but most people that know me know I'm super bullish on the Ape Kids Club, but like this Ape Kids Football Club, I'm like insane bullish on. And we've talked to JS quite a bit. Yeah. This, for those that don't know, this is like the first soccer project that's been put out there, and they just have signed so many soccer players and soccer coaches on board, like legit from Chelsea, Roma, everywhere.
Well, Voice of DeFi missed all that too. You have to tell him.
Oh yeah, we got to catch him up.
Yeah, he's an Ape Kid holder.
Yeah.
You guys need to tell him how he's going to be able to get an AKFC for super cheap too.
Besides this.
Yeah, on the 3rd, so February 3rd, just make sure you don't miss it. I'm going to like send Christine 10 text messages because she always forgets. But make sure you go on and mint yours for 0.0926. They added it in the 26 because it's John Terry's number. For those that don't know, the great coach, John Terry for Chelsea. He's kind of like spearheading this whole project and signing on all these players. But basically, they're creating the football derivative. And I don't know. I just am super, super bullish on what JS has told us about what's going to be coming with this project. But on the 3rd, you can make yours for 0.0926. It's not going to be a public sale. So
it's only for Ape Kids holders.
That's it.
Or at least
and then the raffle holders too, like whoever wins from the raffle from the thousands of people. And then after those mint through, if there's still left over, then anyone that's an ape kid holder can go for a round 2.
Awesome. Yeah, I've still got my ape kids, and I like the project. And I know, Scroop, you're a big, you've got your your number one foam finger always for the kids club, and as I think it's a good project. Just because it hasn't just skyrocketed in value doesn't make me think it's less of a project, because they continue to do cool stuff like this. Football, soccer, whatever from wherever whatever you want to call it.
Exactly.
It's the biggest sport in the world. It's a smart collab.
Yeah, I love it. I've always been bullish on AKC, and obviously it touched 1.5 ETH, and we were like, it was running pretty hard. And the thing that messed us up was TFG, right? Like marketing his MTG project at the same time as our run up, so that messed things up. But now that they have this new marketing guy, JS, it's so crazy. Like, he's such a key to the AKC and it growing, and he's onboarding so many like huge soccer players. And Voice of Diva, I always say football too, because I'm like, oh, because they call it football, but I'm constantly like football, soccer, football.
Well, it's because it says FC. It's because football club. It's Ape Kids FC football club. So
Yeah.
I say football, even though I'm a American football fan.
Yes.
I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I respect it for the popular game that it is.
Yes.
You just gotta say it with an accent. It's a football, not
Football.
Football.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, speaking of raffles and everything, I know you guys know I have my Adidas NFT,
Yeah.
and so they had a cool thing, and I know you guys probably know this, but I'll say it for everybody else. They had a cool thing where they're going to do a collab with Prada, and to get on there's 3,000 spots. Well, I don't know exactly how many whitelist spots they're going to do, but they had a cool thing where if you hold this Adidas NFT, you could take a picture with a certain filter, and it was this kind of checkerboard type filter. And they're going to choose 3,000 of these pictures that people that hold the NFTs of Adidas, and then they're going to put it all together and make kind of a collaboration of one image together with it. So I hope my image gets picked. I don't know if it will.
That'd be cool.
Picked. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're so lucky you have that.
I know.
What's the floor on those right now? Because I was like, I went back and forth on buying.
I think across one. Let me see. Here, I'm going to multitask for y'all.
Okay, he's multitasking. While he's multitasking, let's talk about the Hape Beast and Crypto Bats. So Crypto Bats is the NFT by Ozzy Osbourne. It did pretty well, and then I think because ETH is down and everything, the market is down on stocks and crypto NFTs, whatever. It's at 1 point. Script. What is Crypto Bats at? 1.9.
1.19 right now. It hit like 1.04, which actually was a really good price point. And the number of unique holders is high.
I'll get in at 0.9.
Just put a wrap ETH offer. You might snag one for 0.9, to be honest. So I think the highest wrap ETH offer is 0.781.
Dude, but I don't want to transfer to wrapped ETH. I'm like,
dude, I hate doing that too.
Bro, I'm like, I just want to buy it now. Like, do you want me to buy it?
No bartering.
Hape Beast, what is it at? 7?
7.9, I think. I think we're about to be right back at 8.
Amazing. So Hape Beast, guys, 7.9. It hasn't revealed yet. I think
that's Tuesday.
Yeah, so you guys have to wait till Tuesday. Hopefully, Dre, you got like an amazing one.
Well, I'm gonna be screaming. We'll definitely have to have spaces for that. So
I was about to say, can you, even after the reveal, can you not look and then we do it live on here so we can hear the screams?
I'd totally be down.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So
I get the worst one. I'm just like, all right, guys, I gotta go.
Well, with Hape Beast, even if you get an extremely common one, something tells me you'll come out pretty good.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so.
I mean, it's an awesome looking project. The art looks great. The Adidas one, I looked it up. Right now it's at 1.133.
Ooh,
so
nice. See, I knew I should have bought it when it dipped back down, but I was like, I don't know how I felt about them.
What did it dip to?
It went down to like 0.7, 0.6 at one point.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.6355 is which to me, it looks like they're going to continue to do cool. It's much like the Ape Kids Club where we're talking about there's utility. They're going to continue to do collaborations. And it appears to me that Adidas is serious about this. They're not just doing, just kind of a one-time drop. They're going to continue to do collaborations. Like we got Prada now. Who knows what's next? And I don't know. I like it.
Gucci one's going to be with somebody else, but that one's it's going to be with Superfi.
Okay.
But there's only going to be 250 of those. And they already said if you get one of those, because the Simplify floor for the originals, I think is at like, I forgot what it was at. Last I checked, it was pretty high though. But they're doing the Gucci collab, and there's only gonna be 250 of those. So if you can grab one, I would suggest try, because those things are gonna be pretty high up.
Only 250, man. That is a small mint, man.
Have you seen the Superfi NFTs? They're little doll looking things.
No, but I'm gonna give updates on some floors right now.
Go ahead.
But you
Sure.
should put it up there, Dre, while we're doing this.
Let's see if I can find it.
So Nudie Community Official NFTs 0.15, and that's the one that Paris Hilton tweeted about, guys. So that's Nudie Community. The floor is 0.15 ETH. Mev Army, that's one we got, and that's at 0.23 now, guys. 0.23. What else do we have? Oh, On-Chain Monkeys. I don't know if you guys have that. The floor is now 1.77 ETH.
Ooh.
Wow.
Rug Radio Passes, the one that we minted for free, is 0.1 ETH. Gutter Pigeons, 1.11. Let's see. The Pets, AKC Pets, 0.04. Super undervalued. Women and Weapons, 0.4. Crypto Moris, 0.1 or 1.36.
Oh, really? I thought they were higher.
Yeah, that's pretty low for crypto mories, I feel like.
Because they were like 2.3 a couple days ago. Like
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah, I think ETH just taking a freaking, I don't know. So
I would have thought that floor prices would have went up.
Me
in
too.
correlation, you know?
Me too. I have no idea, man. But if you guys want to get into crypto mories, now's a good time, because the floor being at 1.6 is really good, because it was at above 2 already. And it's really thin. Like, it's only a little bit to get back up. So let me see what else. Ape Kids Club 0.44, and then they have a bunch of announcements coming up. So that thing, I feel like our Ape Kids Club will go back up to 1 ETH soon.
About friends.
Crypto Chicks is 0.9, so that's knocking on 1 ETH. Cool Monks 0.95, and that's how many till 1 ETH? Let me check that.
Man, there is such resistance at
It really
1 ETH.
is. Yeah.
Every time something kind of goes a run up, and you could almost sell knowing that there's a big resistance around that 1 ETH line.
Yeah, they put huge walls up. It's so weird.
What about Alien Friends? What are they sitting at?
Let me see.
I think like Maury's and Friends, they all went down once the bats dropped, because everybody wanted the Friends and the Maury's for the bats.
Is that what it was?
I feel like that's what it was, because a lot of people were buying into Friends because they wanted to get the mutated bat for crypto bats.
Yep. Right.
2 for Alien Friends.
Okay, that's still good.
Who else? Who else?
So the crypto bats haven't mutated yet, right? It's just the initial mint, right?
Right.
Wish I would have got in on that. I remember we talked about that whenever he first wanted to.
Oh, I mean, right now's a good time for us to get in. We didn't get whitelist. I see somebody in here, Dominic. He has a crypto bat. Dominic, if you want to come here and flex your crypto bat that we don't have, you may.
Got his hexagon too, yeah. He could also just tell us about the project a little bit. So yeah, Dominic, if you want to come up here, we'd love to hear from you. I'm on their OpenSea page right now, and it's cool artwork. It's a great idea. I remember we were talking about, who was it? Was it Scroop and Crypt Keeper? Or Crypt was like, no, these celebrity things, they never pan out.
No, Crypt said this would sell out, and then Dre was like, who's Ozzy Osbourne?
I didn't say who. I just said I ain't buying no bat. And then I seen the bats, and I was like, I want a fucking bat.
See, there's something interesting. You were actually moved more by the art than the celebrity endorsement.
Yeah, I liked what they did with the community. I liked that they brought Maury's and Friends and Kongs and all these different brands together. That's when I seen that. I was like, I like that. That was very cool, because a lot of projects, it's always competition. Who's better than who, and who's doing, higher floor. And they said, you know what, we're gonna bring everybody together and include them somehow with our project. So I was like, oh heck yeah, I like that.
I think is it, you hear me talking about Adidas with Prada, and now you're talking about CryptoBats and their collaborations, and then even AKC, the Ape Kids Club. Is collabs going to be kind of the next wave of marketing to be able to help with each of these projects, to be able to work with other known projects?
I think so.
It definitely is. Look at Fishy Friend or Fishy Fam. What is it? Fishy Fam?
Fishy fam.
Yeah, they're getting picked up. Alien Friends love them. They just did a tweet out with Tasty Bones, like these, and then even Antonym did a post with Pixelmon. So like, I think these collabs with communities are going to be, like the new wave of marketing and future metaverse type things. Because now it's not every brand on their own. If you can create a giant community of like say 2 or 3 projects where everybody's on board, you could build a really big, active community and collectively raise all your floors.
Well, it gets into what we've settled for a long time is for NFTs, it's a little bit of access into a community, right? Sometimes it's more about community than it is artwork or even utility. And now that seeing collabs be such a big deal, it's because these collaborations give you access to that community. And whenever you hold certain projects, you're getting, whitelist spots and all kinds of other benefits that ultimately mean that you as a community are valued. So to me, the collabs is just the next logical step that you would see, since we put so much emphasis on community in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come up too, please do. If you guys have questions on NFTs, or even like, oh, how do I get an NFT or whatever, we're more than willing to walk you guys through. Or if you just want to talk about some of the stuff we brought up today, please.
I'm so glad you said that, Christine, because we're speaking from the Traderverse account. Traderverse will be a soon to be launched social media network that's revolved around trading and NFTs and crypto and stocks and that sort of thing. And up here on stage is for people that have been in the space, that we know what we're doing. But for everybody else, if you want to come up here, just like she said, and it's okay just to say, look, I don't know much about all this, and that's okay. You're not going to get made fun of or anything like that. Matter of fact, I think you'll find that this crew right here will be maybe a little more forgiving than anybody, that if you ask a question that you feel like is a stupid question.
I'm gonna call her out, but I would
Yep.
love for Canadian Jen, my homegirl from back in the OTC days, to come on up. I know me and Christine had a discussion earlier about what might be the threshold of why the OTC peeps are not getting into the NFT community, or what's
That would be interesting.
Yeah, so I know she's like big into all that. So Jen, if you're able to, would love to have you up just to get your mindset to see. I know you can't speak on behalf of everyone in the OTC, but if we could get like an understanding of how to help facilitate more onboarding into the NFT marketplace from those in your group.
It's kind of funny, we're talking about communities, and then all of a sudden you mention something that's not an NFT community, the OTC community, right?
Yeah.
How we can almost like collab by helping them out, make if there is any sort of barriers to entry for them, trying to help that.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you guys get, or Scrupula, if you get messages, but I'll get messages a lot from the OTC community, and they're like, Christine, help me get a freaking wallet. Like, I don't know. And then tell me what NFT to buy. And then that's just wrong, because I don't want to pump my bags, but I'm like, well, this is what I bought. Like, that's what I'm going to tell you. This is what I just bought. But, it's important to, if you guys want to, and this is what I keep saying, and I feel like I need to just copy it, because I want to onboard all the OTC community onto NFTs, because it's very similar, like the ability, and like it's really cool, and it's fun, and adrenaline rush, super addicting, same thing as OTC. And but it's important to follow people that you start trusting their content on the NFT space, and like their choices in the NFTs that they make, and if they open conversation and are helpful and provide value to the space, and then so you could see when they're on spaces, and you could DM them for help or whatever. Like, that's what I always tell everybody. But I would love the OTC community to kind of get on NFTs, especially because OTCs are taking a nap right now.
A little pause, just that early year, take a little siesta. With the OTC, I think part of it is, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but to sign up for an account on a centralized thing, a TD Ameritrade, something like that, it's very familiar to us. We know how to sign up on something like that. But to get a MetaMask wallet, and all of a sudden you're given these 12 words, and what does that even mean? It's very foreign to me, if you're not familiar with it already. So, and that's just saying to get a wallet, much less to actually go out and make your first NFT purchase. So once people do that for the first time, they start feeling a lot more comfortable with it. But that initial one, that
the beginning startup is hard.
It is.
Yeah.
And you have to make some mistakes first, and sometimes that means losing funds, and then
And the setup fee, a lot of people don't even know their first time seller fee. Like, I was just explaining that to my friend this morning because he said, "Hey, Christine posted to buy these 8 MFers. I want to buy one, but then how do I sell it?" And I said, "Well, let me explain to you one part that sucks is your first time selling, you have to pay, a $300 fee." He's like, "Well, is it OpenSea? Are they just charging me? Like, can I use something else?" I was like, "No, that's just," and it's hard to explain it to other people is like why they're getting charged $300 to just sell an NFT for their first time.
Yep. You guys had to explain it to me, remember? And I'm like, I don't want to freaking pay that. And you guys were like, just do it because it's one time. I'm like, I don't want to pay it. And then I finally did pay it. And then I'm like, okay, I get it. It's the initial selling fee, which I had to explain to PB because PB comes from the OTC world and I'm helping, or we all help him now, like with the NFTs. And he was like, how come when I'm trying to sell this, it's charging me $200 something? And I'm like, it's only one time. And he's like, I don't want to pay that. I'm like, here it goes. It's the same conversation.
You sound like my 4-year-old whenever you're saying, I don't want to pay it. I don't want to pay it. Maybe that's how we all feel.
That's literally how she sounded.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? I like to think of it. I like to think of it like the fucking activation fee that phone company charges everybody. I'm like, damn. So like, I'm getting a whole new upgraded phone. Like, why am I paying you to activate my damn phone? Like, should that come with it? So I get it, and I guess it's like like the way we access the network. I guess is the best way I've explained it to people. So
yeah. I can deal with it in the NFT space better than I can deal with the phone space. Whenever you said, I just bought the phone, you figure it out. You pay the activation fee. So I don't understand it as much there.
I hate all these fees.
Yeah, but Christine, so someone asked about that earlier too. Someone from the stock world, and I'm like, look, you're paying $6.95 for every OTC that you're trading. Plus, you're paying contract fees if you're doing puts and call options. So you're not seeing it, but like you're still paying fees for that. It's the same damn thing, basically.
True. And then when you add up all those fees, it's pretty hefty. Like what we've paid, like probably for the week or even the month. So I get it.
You're a heavy trader.
I've never spent so much money on gas on gas, like for my car, yes, but gas fees, like Jesus Christ, I swear it made me hate gas. Like every time I'm pumping gas in my car, I'm thinking like, how much money I spent on gas on NFTs? Like Jesus Christ, I could. It's nuts. Like I could literally have an MA. Go ahead.
I'm not. Go ahead, bro. My fault. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I could literally have had a mutant ape right from the beginning for how much I spent on gas.
We need like a tax credit or like a tax break for crypto gas. Like, how do we file that like on our taxes?
It'll probably come, or ETH 2.0 could hurry the heck up and just.
So who's gonna help me decide to talk to about that? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'll say this, CJ, that you would only need to worry about that if you actually claim your crypto stuff on your taxes.
Right.
Here's scrupulous.
I get where you're going with that one.
Did you guys see Did you guys see the tax rules or whatever for this year? It was like if you have stolen goods, you must claim that. It said if you have stolen goods, you must claim that. If you have illegal drug money, you must claim that.
That's from my kilo of heroin. That money came
so
from.
They want their cut on stolen goods and drug money. Isn't that insane?
I'm like, that car? Oh, no, I stole that car.
Yeah. Oh, you still got to claim that one, though.
Oh man. Gosh.
Please pay taxes on that you stole and that you sold. And,
right? Are you just going to sit there and give them the whole list? Like, well, this year I didn't steal as much as last year.
Well, it's ridiculous. What if I kidnap somebody? Can I take them as a deduction? Can I take them as a deduction, of another person living in the house?
I feel like there's going to be that one person, though, that is going to do it.
Oh,
and they're going to be like, yeah, I was the one that robbed the Macy's in Beverly Hills. I was the one that took all that Nike stuff. So
I made some major bank, and I'm just trying to be legit here and claim it, man.
Dude, that's so wild. Governments are so wild, man. Like, please claim your drug money and any stolen goods. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like,
Right.
you're just
Because
big.
they get so many people to work on something. You ever done like a class project or something?
Yeah.
It ends up being so much worse than what it would be if like you just did it yourself. And that's
So much.
groupthink.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind that a lot of criminals are idiots, so they might just actually do that anyways and go, "Oh, okay, I'll claim it," and not realize they're going to get arrested soon.
For real. Yeah, I made 100 million off of my drug lord schemes this year. You know, where do I pay my taxes on that?
Hey, well, I feel like the government would be like, well, at least he paid taxes. Just leave him alone. We need to get the guys that don't pay taxes.
So yeah, that's what you're asking for, right? Is you made your 100 million because you're Heisenberg, right? But then they're like, well, let's not go after. Hank could have saved his life if y'all watch Breaking Bad, and just been like, well, he's gonna pay taxes. It's fine. We'll let him get away with it.
Totally. Oh, hey, my boy Jerry is in here. I gotta shout out Jerry. So he's the one, Christine. He was like, oh, Christine in the chat said the ape MFers, he wants to buy one. So he's actually trying to buy his first NFT. He plays ball in France.
Where is he at? I'm gonna bring him up.
Jerry Blake's right there.
It's Gerry.
Yeah, with the G.
I don't see him.
He is a Sun Devil. He's a former Arizona State.
Yeah, and I went to U of A, so we were rivals. But we played ball all the way since I was like 15 years old. We played ball together.
Jerry, come up. But yeah, that's so cool. And I really do feel like
hello. Sorry.
What's up, Jerry?
What up, y'all?
So I put G in our alpha group on Instagram, and he had hit me up, and we were actually going to try to get a hate piece together. But he's like, I don't know much about this space yet. So he wants to learn more. And I sent him this space trader because I was like, you guys give such good info, and I need him to be able to learn more about NFTs so he could start diving in it himself.
Yeah, for sure, Dre. I want to say thanks for bringing me on. It's been interesting to just basically just watch and learn, something I'm interested in, and you guys are like seem like experts in it, and I'm just like, wow, like just trying to get started. So yeah, man, thanks for bringing me in, and I just continue to listen and learn.
And of course, the first time he comes in, we're talking about taxing drug money.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Welcome to the Alpha
All
Hour.
right, I'm gonna back away from this space now.
Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Well, somebody will do it. Somebody out there is going to be knucklehead enough to be able to try to claim their drug money. But I'll leave that for them. But hey, I think it's great that you're trying to get into the NFT space. If you're kind of saddling up with Dre, then you've got a smart person that you're trying to learn from. But that's what I really like that about the NFT space is I always feel like everybody's really welcoming. There's some spaces, not the NFT space, but other, places of hobby, if you will, that people get, I don't know, they're just not very welcoming to new people into the space. But the NFT space really isn't like that. We're always helpful, I feel like.
Right. Yeah, man, I definitely feel the warm welcome. Like he said, I was trying to go in with them on the Hey Beast. But as I continue to go, the questions kept coming. I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm not exactly ready to start. So I'll back out of this one and just learn more before I try to go all in. So
yep. And
I'll say that's huge, man. Not a lot of
a good one to start with because it's such a low floor price. Like it's still early, so 0.05, you could get your feet wet.
You rugged, Christine. You rugged. I didn't hear which one you said.
Oh, I was saying ape MFers, like what Jerry was looking into, the one that I posted. That's a good one to get into if you're new as well because it's 0.05, so it's like just get your feet wet. It's not crazy,
Jerry, once you do get one and you get real comfortable, you're going to really be big in on it. And probably like your whole team is going to be coming to you asking about how to get a wallet set up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Maybe I can ask all you guys. I asked Dre this over and over, but for me, there's me being a professional basketball player, I only look at NFTs or this space in one way. Like for me, basketball is a job and it pays well. So I'm like, okay, that's one source of income. And the NFT seems to be like something that people collect, and it's like this whole small booklet that comes with it. And I'm just like, well, what do I do? Is there a way that I can how can I monetize? Do I buy one of these small ones that Christine was talking about and then try to make profit on it? I really didn't know what exactly how to go about it or even how to look at it.
We should have just a whole episode where we look over like the different types of people, because there's flippers, there's people that hold on to things for utility, there's people that hold on to the art, and then there's people, like you say, that's just looking for profit out of it. And we could probably all get into one of those boxes, or maybe a few of those boxes all ourselves.
Go ahead, CJ.
So I mean, so I work with a lot of athletes too, Jerry, and I think the big thing that I tell these guys first off with their first NFT, buy something that you like. Don't fall into the hype of projects. Really try to mint something that you work for in the Discord, or if you got whitelist for it. Look at the art, look at the artist, the devs behind the project, see how active the community is. Really get a feel for if you can navigate your wallet and your browser. Once you can do like stuff like that, transfer ETH from Coinbase to your wallet, and you can do that comfortably, buy you a project that you really like, and just kind of feel the space out. I would say, especially if you're a friend, I think you're Andre's friend, right? So he's pretty
Yeah.
knowledgeable in the space, and that's another good tactic, going in half with people. A lot of times, I've done when I first started out, I went in half with a couple of my buddies, just on bigger projects. That kind of doesn't put you all in, but gives you some space to kind of flip. And I honestly, a lot of what's going on right now is a lot of flipping and markets down and stuff like that. So right now you have the perfect opportunity to just kind of learn and see what's going on. So like I said, just kind of migrate the space, learn the very beginning stages of it, something you like, and just navigate the space that way. You're doing it right by not FOMOing in and stuff. So like I said, just sit back. And I work with guys all the time that like play basketball and ask these same questions. So that's kind of just what I tell them.
Okay, thanks, CJ. Appreciate that, man.
Man, I love it when sports and blockchain collide. So I always encourage athletes, because I'm a big sports fan. Can't play it, love to watch it. But yeah, those that can, and those that can't talk about it. So yeah, that's yeah, I like to talk about it. But whenever one of my passions, sports, starts getting involved with another one of my passions, which is NFTs and blockchain and crypto and that sort of thing, I always love it. It's always a beautiful thing. Well, that is the end of our hour together here. I always hate to see the end of the hour go. I always feel like we really get rolling as we kind of get up to minute 59 and 60. But we will be here again tomorrow at 17:30 UTC. That's just 23 short hours from now. Hey, I didn't even have any backing music today. Normally I turn up my music a little bit, but there we go. Whole day it's silent without any backing music. All right, guys, until next time, I am Voice of DeFi. You can find me at Voice of DeFi on Twitter. With me is Christine Barnum. She changed her PFP while we were talking. What is that? Is that an APMFer?
This is a Cool Monks.
Oh, it's a Cool Monks. All right, I like it. Looks like he's wearing a karate gi. Looks awesome. All right, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow, and we will talk on WAGMI Wednesday about why we're all going to make it. See y'all later. Peace.